for our monthly segment, Good Biz with Liz. And this time, business expert Liz Goodgold is going to teach us how to work networking events to our advantage. So thank you for being here. I wish we had done this about a month ago because I went to my first networking event in years and I was rusty. I had forgotten how to break into a conversation, introduce myself, get a good conversation going with somebody I wanted to meet. It's intimidating to go to these events.
It can be, and this is why I tell people when you're ready to go to that networking event, you sort of have to pump yourself up. If you're not in good spirits, you're not going to be successful, and then your networking is not working.
Yes, I think that is so wise because it was a frazzling day. I had my daughter with me, and I was like, I was not mentally prepared for the work that goes into networking, if that makes sense.
It is. So if I'm going to a networking event, I really like to divide it into 3 segments. There's the planning before the event, there's being present at the event, and then there's what I call the FU, the follow-up after the event.
I love it. I love it. So let's start at the beginning. What do you do before?
So you plan what event are you going to go to, right? You want to be fishing in the right pond. If you want to understand your own industry, then you want to go to your industry events. So if you're a marketer, go to the marketing events. If, however, you really want to meet a cross-functional team of different experts, you should be at the chamber. You should be at NCET. You should be at the young professionals. Those sort of groups are absolutely fabulous. I also tell people that these are networking events, which are relationship building. They are not eating events. So think about it for a moment. Right, Katie? You cannot have a glass of wine, a plate of food, and be able to shake hands.
Yes,
Therefore, I tell people, you're going to have that one glass of wine, that goes in your left hand. Therefore, your right hand is available for shaking at all times.
And you're not worrying about something that might be stuck in your teeth.
Exactly. So you are truly there. So that is your planning. Make sure if you're a woman in particular, have really great shoes that you can stand on and in for the next 4 to 6 hours. If your feet hurt, you have a terrible event. So that's really the planning that goes into it. And of course, making sure that you have those business cards in your hip pocket and easily accessible.
Yes, no, I think that is so true. And you know, it's one of those things where I was at an event and I wanted some business cards and people are like, oh, I had forgotten it. And you know, I'm understanding. We've all been there and stuff like that. But I was like, I don't remember your name, but I remembered I wanted to work with you, and now I don't know how to get in contact with you.
Exactly. And of course, you can always default to maybe doing the QR code for LinkedIn. But I really like having business cards and putting that in your planning. When you're at the event, you need to be present.
Yes.
The minute you pick up your phone, you have alerted all to the people there that you are no longer interested in them and don't want to be there. Hide the phone, be present, meet people, and here's a really good secret. Start asking better questions.
Okay, what are some of those better questions? I am all ears.
What's the best part of your job? What inspires you every single day to get up in the morning? What's the best thing that happened to you this week? What is your biggest celebration? Do you still have a goal for the year? Ask really good questions and then do the good active listening.
I love that.
So I like to ask that. And then always think about things that form really great connection. You can always talk about geography, college, schools, kids, entertainment. Okay, what are you binging right now?
Oh, that's a good one.
What is the best book that you're reading right now? What's the greatest audio book? These are commonalities that start giving you the beginnings of a friendship and a relationship.
Yeah. And I like that too, because it takes the pressure off of, like, you know, let's say I'm talking to an industry expert in something that I'm not familiar with, and I'm struggling to come up with questions that sound like I am intelligent and I am engaged, but I have no idea what it is you're talking about.
Exactly.
So let's kind of even the playing field a little bit.
Yeah, and then you can form this great connection. So you're present, you're there, you're having great conversations, and then the key thing is the FU, the follow-up.
Yes.
After the event, you can find them on LinkedIn. You have their email address. When it comes to networking, it's really the after event where you join them for a cup of coffee, where you tighten those bonds of a friendship.
Yeah.
And when you remember that networking is all about relationship building, you are not walking around with a purchase order saying, here, buy from me, sign my contract.
Yes.
If instead you're trying to get credit in the bank and you really have the attitude of, what can I do for you?
Yeah.
How can I connect you? How can I be a referral source? How can I be a strategic partner? then you will get an A+ in networking.
Yeah, I love that. And I'm going to throw a question that I did not prepare you for, so I want to see your answer. Remembering people's names at this event, or at events like this when you're meeting multiple people, do you have any advice for people who struggle with how do I remember people's names when I've just met 15 in an hour?
So first, it's incumbent upon the person introducing themselves. Hi, my name is Liz Goodgold. My name is Bond, James Bond. So if you remember yourself to introduce yourself twice, you have doubled the chances of people remembering
I like that.
Second thing is for you to repeat their name after they introduce you.
Okay.
Why? Because research shows that 30% of the time you have heard that name incorrectly. My husband, for example, used to introduce himself as Pat. But what we discovered is people heard the name Matt. And they'd say, oh, Matt. And he'd say, no, no, no. So he now introduces himself as Patrick.
Okay.
And they never goof it up.
Wow, I love that idea. See, this is why she's so good, you guys. That was a question I came up with on the fly because I had it for my own curiosity, and she nailed it. That is brilliant advice. I love that, and I love networking events. I just got to get more comfortable with them, and it's one of those things I'm sure practice makes perfect.
It definitely does.
I love it.
Keep going, feel good, be ready, and you will 100% succeed.
All right, thank you so much, Liz. Liz Goodgold, I appreciate it.